Hello students, today we are going to see about a topic growth and development during childhood, and kindly subscribe my channel as well as click the bell icon so that my other videos will be coming to your inbox. Okay, today's topic we are going to see about growth and development during the childhood. So initially we'll see about an introduction about how growth takes place. So from the beginning of the fetus to the zygote and then to the baby, everything the growth takes place within the mother's womb. So within the mother's womb, after conception, the growth and development can takes place. So how the growth takes place? It takes place from the fetus to the baby. The baby's weight, it increases 11 lakh times within the womb, as well as the zygote develops into a baby which is of 50 centimeter in length as well as 3.5 kg in weight. So this is regarding how the growth takes place within the mother's womb. And after the delivery, the newborn is small, helpless, and it is incapable of satisfying biological needs for some days. So it is capable of development when suitable environmental condition is given and when mother is taking care of them. So this is regarding an introduction about the growth. How the growth takes place? Growth takes place within the mother's womb. From the fetus to baby, the baby grows and its weight is about 11,000 times, and the zygote develops into a baby of 50 centimeter in length and 3.5 kg in weight. And this newborn is small and helpless and incapable of satisfying biological needs, and it is capable of development when given suitable environmental conditions. And in the next thing we are going to see about what is a growth. It is concept of growth. So growth is nothing but it is used in physical sense. It means there is an increase in size, length, weight, height, etc. So whenever we are using the term growth, we are using it in the physical sense, and it can be objectively observed and measured. And the development here is quantitative aspect, that is we are measuring in terms of increase in size, weight, height, length, etc. So, and next things we are going to see about the characteristics of growth. So we are including the same points here, like growth is nothing but increase in size, and it is quantitative, additive, and it is augmental, that is it is measurable. And next again it is repeated like observable and measured. And the next thing is a new characteristic, such as the growth does not continue throughout the life. So usually all the organisms, they'll grow up to a certain size and up to a certain weight, isn't it? So the growth does not continue throughout the life, it stops at maturity. So this is one of the new point which is added. And next characteristic is nothing but growth may or may not bring the development. Here the child becoming fat may not bring the functional development. So whenever there is a increase in growth, so approximate shape and size is enough to perform a particular function. If there is overgrowth, it may not bring the functional development. And the rate of growth is not uniform. So you can see the growth is rapid during the early years of infancy or early years of child growth, as well as it slows down during the later years of the growth. And there exists a wide range of individual differences in the growth and development. So it differs from person to person. So depending upon their growth, the rate of growth is not uniform. And so we have seen about the concept of growth and the characteristics of growth. So we have included few points as extra points under the characteristics of growth, like growth may not be uniform and growth may not be continuous throughout the life, as well as growth may not bring the development, and there exists a wide range of individual differences. So you have to remember, it is not continuous, it may or may not bring development, and the rate of growth is not uniform, and there is a wide range of individual differences as extra points under the characteristics of growth. And the next thing is, we are going to see about the concept of development. So whenever there is an overall changes in the shape form which results in the improved functioning and working of an individual, so it indicates a change in quality or character, and the development may be as a result of growth, maturation and learning. So next thing we are going to see about characteristics of development. So we have seen what is a development. Development is nothing but there is a change in the shape as well as change in the form. For example, the baby's leg will be very flexible. So when it grows up to an age of 2 to 2.5 years, so it is flexible and it can withstand its weight and it can walk. So when it is a small and helpless neonate, it cannot walk. So there is a change in the shape and form which results in improved functioning or working, like walking or running. So this is an example for development. And sometimes there is a change in the quality or character of an individual depending on their learning as well as depending on their maturation level. For example, the child may not adjust with the others while playing with their peer group during their early years of infancy, and during the later years of infancy they can adjust with their peer group and play. So this results as a result of maturation and learning. And next comes the characteristics of development, and under characteristics the development is nothing but it is a progressive series of change that results due to a maturation and experience. So due to maturation as well as experience, there is a sequential progressive, a small by small improvement can be seen in the development that comes under characteristics of development. A progressive series of changes can be observed as a result of maturation and experience. And here the development is continuous in all areas of mental activity. And here the goal of development is to enable the individual. So development is continuous in all areas of mental activity, and the goal of development is to enable the individual to adapt to the environment. Development results in improved functioning of an individual, and the development results as a result of complex process like integrating structures and functions. Development is of many aspects like physical, emotional, intellectual, social, moral aspects of development. And here the rate of development is not uniform. Individual differences is seen in all the aspects. And the child makes the advancements during a particular period and rest in the following period to consolidate development or for the overall development. In making certain advancements, he returns back to the original position and then move forwards again like a spiral. So the development advancement can be in a spiral process. So during the process of advancement, he returns back and then move forward. It is influenced by maturation and learning or maturation and experience, and the stimulating environment helps the individual to develop many skills. So under characteristics of development, we have seen it as a progressive change and it is continuous. It enables the individual to adapt to the environment. It results in improved functioning of the individual, and it is a complex process of integrating structures and functions, and development is of many aspects like physical, emotional, intellectual, social and moral, and the rate of development is not uniform. And here the child makes advancement during particular period and rest in the following period to consolidate the development. And in certain advancements, the person who is learning, he'll return back and then move forward again. So you can call them as spiral advancement. It is influenced by maturation and learning. Stimulating environment helps to develop the many skills. So these are the points you have to cover under the characteristics of development, and there is further more points to cover under the characteristics of development. So which is nothing but it is based on the modeling characteristics of parents, teachers and elder members, and the development is qualitative. It can be observed by keen observation in the behavioral patterns. Development is possible without growth, and we'll see about the comparison of growth and development. So under growth and development comparison, we can see the same points, but when we are differentiating it, we can understand it better. So under growth, we have seen it as observable and measurable. So we are able to measure increase in size, height, weight, etc. So you can put it like growth is advanced. Growth is quantitative, augmental, additive. It shows increase in size, heavier and larger. And here the development is qualitative and quantitative. It indicates improved functioning of an individual. And this growth can be objectively observed and measured. It can be observed by, development can be observed by keen observation of individual and behavioral situations. And the next point, that is third point, is growth does not occur throughout the lifespan. It is not continuous, whereas the development is continuous in all areas of mental activity. Growth is one aspect of development and development is of many aspects. Growth is not directional, whereas the development is progressive and sequential. So growth, it is one aspect of development. So it is one of the part of the development, whereas the development is of many aspects. And here it is not directional, whereas here it is progressive and sequential. Rate of growth is not uniform. In the same way, the rate of development is also not uniform. And in both, the individual differences is existing. And the growth is not affected by learning, whereas the learning as well as maturation and experiences affect the development to a certain extent. Individual differences exist. Growth may or may not bring the development. Individual differences exist and the development occurs in many aspects like physical, emotional and intellectual, moral and social. So thanks for watching as well as learning, and try to subscribe my channel. You will get further videos of my lecturing, as well as you will be try to subscribe my channel. You will be benefited from these videos. I will be updating all the contents under the psychology subject, childhood and growth, which is a part of the B.Ed syllabus, and which is one of the subject under the B.Ed syllabus. So it will be very helpful for you. If it is helpful for you, try to subscribe as well as click the bell icon. Thanks for watching again.